Hi, my name's Em. I'm going to show you around my song, Ties That Bind You to the Dying Sun. This is our final session of the song. Maybe I'll just kind of play you through the first verse and chorus so you just get like a lay of the land. Oh, and I'll unmute the vocal.
Each have been on my own so long, counting the days until I'm seeing stars again. Pull me to the water, I'm holding on forever. It takes you so long to come back around to me. Like the water, I'm holding on forever. The ties that bind you to the dying sun. I saw it in a dream that you would stay right beside me. That you've got a babe now, honey, and I'm still running. It's the ties that bind you.
So yeah, that's like a little overview of the Pro Tools session and the sound of the song overall. When we originally made the song, my friend and I, it was very different. It was much, much faster, and it was with electric guitars, and the vibe was completely different. And then I kind of came through and said, I like it, but I feel like I'm going to want it on acoustic. And so we actually slowed it down heaps and then wrote these lyrics to that, which is this demo here, I'm pretty sure. And then I basically did like new production to this demo. And that's how the song was built. Live drums, one of the last things to be recorded actually. This is like the intro. And then it basically cuts out to the real drums straight away. But I do keep the conga sound in, which I really like. And I think the reason I do that is because I have a lot of drum machines and real drums throughout the whole project, and doing that just like keeps it in keeping with the other songs and the other textures we have. Also, it's a nod to, I guess, the song creation process. If you're interested, this is how I do my toms. I find this better than automatic gating. I don't like get rid of the clips completely, because if you get rid of the clips completely, when you're like in your group, the group can get really confused. And so just by like muting the clips, it means that I can still like have a really similar amount of control, like with my clips. It doesn't get all confused and start doing like weird fades and shit. So all the trims are just like, I was in someone else's studio and they'd done a setup and stuff, but I didn't check my phase properly. So all the trims is just me checking my phase. This trigger, is it doing a sample or is it just gating? That's literally like, I just really like the gate on trigger. So I'm literally just gating on that. And all you do is turn the mix to 0 and then chuck the gate on and then do your settings. Looks like I did the same with the kick as well. Simple as processing. The studio that I used is like a drummer, Tom, like, oh, he's a drummer. So the setup was really good anyway. Moving on to the bass and guitars. Bass also pretty simple processing. I put the decapitator on there when I wanted to just like cut through in the mix a little bit, especially for like laptops and phones and stuff. This was a trick I learned when I was like growing up, you know, so there's probably better ways to do this now. I reckon it's probably a little outdated, but it is what it is. Got our acoustic guitar. So that's double tracked. So that's 2 acoustics. It looks like they're panned 50-50. no individual processing, then I'm just processing them together. I've been loving this EQ recently. Just cleaned up a bunch of that like resonance in there. Looks like I was loving LA2As on this mix too. I sometimes play around with this one. I'm not quite sure what this is doing. Maybe nothing. Oh, tiniest amount of EQ. Okay, sure, whatever. A bit more EQ apparently. Should I take them all off and see how that sounds? Yeah. See, that was just taking up way too much space in the mix, especially if you put the bass in there. It's like so much resonance. So we just do a bit of this. Now we actually have the bass. There's no space there. You know, so that's what I meant. So then, should we put on the mellotron too? We take that off. There's a lot happening. There's so much happening. Pop the bad boys back on. Now everyone has its own space. And like, I don't feel like they are any less themselves. What else do we have in here? We just have this fun little electric.
Pull me to the water.
She's noisy. What are we doing? Yeah. Bit of compression, a little bit of saturation, get a bit more crunchy, and then just like having fun with some effects. Cool. Interesting. So the reason that this little altar boy is on here is, and you might actually see it on a few things, there and there. So those were from the original demo that we did. And the original demo was obviously pitched down to semitones. And so everything else we remade and re-recorded, but there were a few things from that original demo that I did really like. So I just altar boyed them. And any like kind of weird artifacts that you get from that is just part of the fun. And this like kind of links into one of the things for this project was like a little bit Western country vibes. And this brings this song into that.
If
you didn't have it, boring. How about now? And then we have these like little extra synths. Just a little extra layer, give the chorus a little moment, but not anything too much. The production on this song is really, really simple and it's cool. Some of my songs previously and some of the other songs on this record, really dense, and I love that. Cool, great. But the fact that this song is like quite simple for me, and I still think it sounds really whole, really effective, doesn't feel like it's missing anything. I'm super happy with that. Then we have our vocals. This is my vocal chain for this song. Tuning, love tuning, not scared of tuning. EQ, we've got this Neve EQ that's like doing a little bit of stuff that I don't want to see on the graphics. I think it's too much. We do it on here. I think this also adds a nice saturation. I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just because it looks like a Neve. We'll never know. LA2A, DSA, a little bit more compression. This is like not quite a pop vocal chain. It's like the next step down, I'd say, for me. But it's still doing a lot of that same stuff, but just keeping things a little bit more natural. Kind of have two different ones. So that's like my kind of big vocal stack going into the chorus. We're playing around with some different delays and stuff here. The Babe delay is the one, I'm pretty sure. So you send it just on sun, and then it triggers it here.
Ties that bind you to the dying sun.
And that is that one. I love this plugin. I have so much fun with it. It's one of those things that's like, hey, I want a tape sound. Great, got you a tape plugin. Or hey, I want a spring sound. Great, I got you a spring plugin. I'm a simple woman. Do you want a plate? Great, I have a plate. You know, look. We have our chorus vocals, our chorus backing doubles and stuff.
Saw it in a dream that you would stay right beside me. That you've got a babe now, honey.
So like the kind of purpose of these vocals is just to really support that lead part, give the chorus a bit of an oomph, and also the babe delay is triggering off the backing vocals, not the lead vocals, as you could hear there.
That you've got a babe now, honey. And I'm still running.
I really had a lot of fun with delay on this record, on my vocals. I tried to be a bit more bold with it, have a bit more effects, even with stuff like the big stack vocal going into the chorus. Same kind of thing, like to have an effect vocal as a hook. Yeah, that is Ties That Bind You to the Dying Sun.